I am not attempting to or aiming to draw the cue ball, so what's up with all the bottom? I'm getting to it and I will explain it, but first I need your input. Do you guys like the view of this table, or do you prefer the old way where I've made most of my videos on table 1? There's good and bad things about both. One of the bad things is we're going to get more ping pong noise here because we're closer to the ping pong players. Now the other bad thing is there's no clock here. But there's good things too, like I have more room to shoot, I have less players from other tables getting in my way, there's more seating area back here, and nowadays all 3 of the main tables are diamond 8-foot tables. They're all exactly the same. So while this old Gandy that I'm playing with is in really, really rough shape, I prefer to shoot on the old Brunswick. But all of them are gone and replaced with new diamonds, so it's not the quality of table anymore. It's more about no clock and more noise from the ping pong players, which I can turn down in the editing phase. I don't know. It all comes down to what you guys like. If you like this view, if you prefer seeing me set up for the break, then that's great, because in the other view you cannot see what I'm doing with the cue ball on the break. Let me know what you think. I mean, basically these are my only 2 choices, and if you prefer this view, then I'll start setting my camera up on table 3. But you should know I'm very limited on where I can set my camera up. I do not own this place. I can't give you an overhead view. So it's either the old way or this way. As for the issue of queuing up low on the cue ball, I'm not actually aiming the ball. I'm queuing up on it and assuring myself that I'm going to hit the cue ball where I intend to hit it. All aiming is done while I'm standing up, finding the shot line, and getting straight down on the shot line. Now, if that made no sense to you at all, just bear with me and I'm going to do my best to explain it in detail. Before I attempt to explain this in detail, it's important for you to understand that I am not speaking for Efren Reyes, I'm not speaking for Francisco Bustamante, or any of the thousands of pool players, both good and bad, that do this, okay? I'm speaking for John Disque, me. It's also important for me to say that I do not recommend this. This is not the big secret in pool. There are no big secrets. It's the information age. Everything is out there. Except this. Take a good look at the diagram on your screen and also understand that I used to do this on every single pull shot except shots that were on the rail because I couldn't see the bottom of the cue ball. This is where I'm aiming. This is where I'm actually hitting the cue ball. But why? Why is the question. If I want to put left-hand English on the cue ball, I'm cueing up on the left-hand side of the bottom, but I'm actually hitting it center left, or top left, or bottom left. If I want to put right-hand English on the cue ball, I'm cueing up at the bottom right hand of the cue ball, but I'm actually hitting it on the right-hand side, bottom right, center right, or top right, depending on where the next object ball is and what position I need to be. Now take an even more focused look at the graphic on your screen and focus complete attention on the bottom of the cue ball marked in red. And I mean strict laser beam focus and attention on nothing but the bottom of the cue ball. Do not look at any other area of the cue ball except the bottom, again marked in red. And take note that it's almost impossible to misaim this ball or to hit it in the wrong any other place except center ball. The distance to the right of the blue chalk mark is the same exact distance of the left side of the blue chalk mark. This completely eliminates all margin of error. There almost is no margin of error. You can automatically know just by focusing on the bottom of the cue ball that I am dead center cue ball. Now let's put left-hand English on the cue ball, and it's perfectly simple to tell that there's much more room at the right-hand side of the cue ball than there is on the left. I am queued up absolutely perfect to put left-hand English on this cue ball, and now it's just a matter of hitting the bottom of the cue ball, the center of the cue ball, or the top of the cue ball, all with left-hand English. It's impossible to make a mistake here if you got down right on the cue ball and on the right line of aim. And it's the same way if you intend to put right-hand English on the cue ball. You can easily see that there's much more room in the left-hand area of the cue ball than there is on the right-hand area. If you did everything right up to this point, you cannot screw this up unless your stroke is bad or your shoulder and elbow are not right. And I'll get more into the shoulder and the elbow and the drop of both and the tightening up of both in another clip in this video. It goes into even more detail. And now I want you to look at the method of queuing up that most, if not 99 or higher percentage of pool players use to queue up on the cue ball. And they're aiming in the center of the cue ball, and they're actually hitting in the center of the cue ball if their strokes are straight and they got down on the right line of aim. And now look at the margin of error on the right and the left hand side of the cue ball. If they are off and they're cueing, if they're cued up and they are off just a fraction of a hair, they're going to screw this shot up and their pool life is going to be miserable. So what I'm doing is reducing my margin of error by cueing up at the bottom of the cue ball. And again, I rarely use that method anymore of cueing up at the bottom of the cue ball, but I always use it on the break because it's vital to hit the ball at exact center of the ball. And now I'm sure you're getting sick of me yakking about this, especially if it's not making any sense to you. So we're going to take a little break from this and show another video clip. But when I come back for that, I'm going to take you live and show you the rest of the story. The break is very unique from all other shots for several reasons. It's the only shot you're coming up on during the backswing and the follow through. And you're not only coming up on it, but you're coming closer to the cue ball as you're doing. And a lot of the break is relevant to what your deltoid muscle is doing or your shoulder muscle. And the way your grip is snapping the cue, and the fact that your backswing is exaggerated and the follow through is exaggerated. Now, the distance that I'm moving forward during that last stroke, the final follow through to the cue ball, is exactly the same as the length of the bridge. From this point to this point, that's how far forward I'm moving. And in fact, my left leg is often touching the pool table when it's all said and done. And remember, both the final backswing and the final follow through are extremely exaggerated. I've seen guys follow through all the way to the rack. Lastly, during that final backswing, you're locking up your right deltoid muscle, and this will help keep the cue level with the pool table on the same horizontal plane as the pool table. From the center of the tip to the pool table is exactly 1 1/8 inch above the table, or you could just say dead center cue ball. Now, take note, everything I'm saying here does not apply to a regular pool shot. This is unique just to the break. If you want to know more about the break, do a search for my name, John Disque, and the secrets of the power break, or the 9-ball power break. Thanks for joining me, and please subscribe.